Good morning, baby dolls. There is some breaking news. PulseX version 2 is out. I woke up in the middle of the night for this very special reason. Yes, I needed to go hang a wee-wee, and I could feel something was happening in the air. So I went and checked the computer, and here we are. PulseX V2 is out. Finally, you can earn the proper fees as intended, and now we can continue with the dream run. So PulseX V2, I want you to see how it works. There is a little button here for V2. You can now earn the fees as intended. So just to recant, what was happening was you were not earning the fees before. Everybody thought they were, but they actually weren't. The ratios are moving up and down. You weren't doing that, okay? So normally, whatever the volume is going to a liquidity pair, you were supposed to earn 0.22% as a liquidity provider. Okay, so 0.22 divided by 100, and let's say it did $10 million in that pool that day. Everybody collected will get $22,000. But what was happening is that was all going to the buy and burn, which is only meant to be 6%. So the buy and burn was becoming 28%. Okay, so being 6 plus 22. Okay, so the buy and burn. Right, so the buy and burn now is going to drop. So it's going to be now 4.6 smaller, 4.6x smaller for the buy and burn. But it's okay, friends, because the volume's barely started. The crypto's still in a bear market. It's okay, all right? So from now on, you just click on V2. When you go to the PulseX website, you can see this button, V1, V2. If you change to V2, if you notice, look, I'm on the farm section. So this is app.pulsex.com. Same website, okay, it'll redirect you. If you click on V1, there are farms in here. V2 doesn't have them at all. So if you migrate to V2, there's obviously no farms to put in yet. So we're just going to wait for the migration. Once it happens, hopefully by the time you watch this video, there will be more farms put up and that would have been migrated over. So right now in V1, you get the ink reward, the incentive token, which is needed, all right? So we're just going to see what happens and if everything kind of moves over, because it would be very interesting if it doesn't. But obviously, most of the reward is the incentive token. This is your APR. This is the main important part, because liquidity providing that is not enough to justify the pain and the impermanent loss. It's just not. For 99.9% of crypto projects out there, the numbers just are not good enough. And what happens is not only do you have impermanent loss, but you're basically locked in. Like you're locked in for 12 months, 24 months. And if there's a big blowout, here's the thing. If you're if you're not earning the fees, even if you are, it doesn't really matter. If there's a big blowout, let's say you're holding 2 coins and one of them goes up like heaps. Let's say one goes up 10x, the other one barely moves. You can't get out because you're only going to make like 4x on the whole thing. 4 or 5x, because you're giving away all your coins basically in the liquidity service. So you have so much impermanent loss. So you need to sit there and be forced to just sit there with the volume. You see, this is it's a penalty you take. But if you're going to hold something for 24 months, like what we're in, then it's great. And the incentive token more than makes up for it. So the yield in most farms is like 6 to 12% per year in liquidity providing. And you can see that that's not worth it that much, because if you're in a farm with like a stable coin, why the hell do you want to leave? Let's say you had 10 grand. Why would you want to leave 5 grand in a stable coin for 24 months or 12 months? It's just not worth it. You should deploy it. I will deploy every single one of it, because that 5K has a potential by itself in the stable coin. If you've converted it into another coin, man, if you get like a 5x on that, that 5 is now 25 grand. No amount of LPing, liquidity providing, can make up for that. Okay, so you will provide liquidity. You can go on, I'll press this button here and go to liquidity. If you add liquidity, you're on the V2 section. You got to make sure you're on the V2 section, all right? And just to repeat, there are no farms here, okay? There are no farms. Good morning to you, baby dolls. All right, so we're making progress again. I want to reiterate to you as well. So if you want to quickly check, there is an info section here, okay? You can go to the info section. See these 3 dots? I've clicked on these 3 dots, and you can come here and you can come see the pools. There's actually nothing in here yet. So you have to click back on V1 because they're making it very easy. It's separated, all right? So you can quickly see, if you want to go back, you can see the USD value, and you can come and you can play around with the different pools, and you can just observe how much everything is making. Okay, it's really important to see. So I've clicked on the three dots. You can just come and have a look at this. You can go to the top pool section. So this is what I've done here. And you can have a look at the different pairs and how much money they've made, all right? So a lot of people, for example, if you're in the Pulse and PulseX, I mean, that's one of the biggest ones. You can even go to the HEX pools if you really want. These are top tokens. We'll go down to top pools. This is the section. It will tell you here all this beautiful information. So you can see straight away how much the LP reward from the fees has been for the past 24 hours. Now, this was obviously bugged. This was actually 0, but it was reporting that the fees were coming into this pool. So you can see it was meant to be, for example, let's go to the HEX and HEX pool, okay? There was meant to be $9,500 in fees, but it was actually just going all to the buy and burn, okay? So let's say you were on the eHEX and pHEX pool, which most people were because we're farming it, and we're not being rewarded anything, which is an absolute injustice. I'm hoping it gets returned, but if you were in here, let's say somebody was like 0.1%, you would do 0.1 and you would times that by $9,500. So you were earning about $10 a day. Okay, so you think, oh, that's not that much. Well, in a month, you will be earning $285. So think about this. For somebody who was like, had a total of $10,000, I'm going to find out what your monthly APR is. So $285 over $10,000 is 2.8%. That's huge, man. Huge. You're making 2%. And by the way, just to let you know, friends, I know a lot of you want this question answered. When you make this money, it becomes both of the tokens. So you are earning compounding return. You are earning both of the tokens along this way. So that $285 that you made, it is, yes, it's going to be $140 of eHEX, $140 of pHEX, or whatever the ratio is. You know, it's going to be flopping around up and down. But you're collecting both sides. People are paying you the fee to transact, right? So that is huge. If you're earning like 2.8% a month, I mean, that's enormous. 2.8 times 12. If that's true, then you'll be getting 33% of your bag. Think about that. The short-term staking yield for HEX is about 9%. So I'm going to find out how much higher. You'll get 3.7 times more yield if this continued. Now, of course, it doesn't keep continuing because the rate drops down over time. If you noticed here, they actually calculate. See this LP reward APR? What I just calculated, it's on the right-hand side here. You can see this column. So you go, okay, this is about 20%. But just to let you know, this was 65% when things were moving. Okay, actually, the HEX and HEX is 200%. But that's because it was paying nothing before. Okay, so it will go down. It will go down aggressively over time. And it kind of approximates 6 to 12% per year. That's what I've noticed. Most of these LPs about 6 to 12%, you know, give or take. Some of the higher risky crypto UNISWAP tokens will give you like 20% in the year. But it's not your path to riches, because do you care about earning a high yield on a coin that's dropped 89%? You don't really care, right? Now, obviously, we're in the PulseChain ecosystem. We believe we're different, but just think about this as a general statement for everybody. Who cares about the yield when there are just better tokens out there to hold, right? So who cares about earning 20% when the $1,000 you put into that coin is now worth literally $100, you know? Whereas the $1,000 put into a coin that went up could have been worth 10K, right? That's a huge difference, huge, all right? Now, as well, I want to let you know, I have a prophecy here. I've had a prophecy, and you will receive a like, baby doll. I have a prophecy here. I want to let you know. Okay, so Uniswap is where everything obviously started. One of my prophecies is that Uniswap will hurry to release its protocol fee switch due to this PulseX success. Talks are increasing for the Uni token. So I've had this prophecy for a long while. I believed this is going to happen because I think PulseX, we're going to make so much noise, and I think we're going to vampire a good amount of liquidity and activity from Uniswap, okay? Because it's just too expensive to trade on there, man. Like, you're gonna charge, dude. They were charging us $150 because of the gas fees, but it was a bull market. We're all down 95%. Who the hell are you to think we're gonna pay $150 for a swap, or even $50 for a swap? Stupid, right? It should be like 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. They're charging $50 to $60 in a swap while you're still down minus 95%. That is absolute insanity. Not going to happen, right? As you can see, right? This is why Richard made PulseChain in the first place. So the Uniswap founder, this is some interesting piece of history for you. The Uniswap founder, He's a secret admirer of Richard Heart. Now, there's no confirmation. He doesn't have a Richard Heart tattoo on his forehead or anything, but I'm letting you know he's a secret admirer. Why? Because Richard Heart made Uniswap popular when it first launched, right? Uniswap had basically no activity at the start. Zero. No one knew about it. No one knew what was going on. It was an invention from 2019. Like, no one knew what to do. There was no DeFi. There was nothing, right? It was just early talks, early white papers, all these people with neat handwriting and checkered shirts walking around with pens in their pockets. They were the ones constructing this stuff. No one could understand everything. Everybody was still licking wounds from their minus 99% 2017 crypto market collapse in 2018, okay? So what ends up happening is Richard Heart launches HEX on Uniswap, and he adds a thick amount of liquidity, like millions of dollars, and it becomes a #1 token there, and it actually props it up. And he really loved Uniswap, and he kept promoting it. And everybody in HEX community promoted Uniswap because it was the first decentralized exchange. It was like the answer to so many cool things, right? And here we are. So I believe the founder of Uniswap, I know he's watching Richard closely. I 100% know he's watching him closely, because even the Bitcoin maxis who spit on PulseChain and HEX, I'll watch a lot of their videos, and I'm like, man, for somebody who's a hater, you know quite a bit of, like, they know a lot, friends. They know a lot. It's like somebody who hates so much about you, but they're like, they know that you just went and bought a new pair of shoes at a certain shopping center on Saturday, right? And you're wearing obviously fluffy slippers because it's about 10 a.m. when you went to the shops. You know, those types of people, you're like, are you a hater or are you really a secret admirer? It's something like that. So if we start seeing these talks, so for Uniswap, then you'll know we're on the right path. So just to let you know, obviously in PulseX, we've tweaked the fees. Okay, so when you go and you check the fees out here, we would just calculate, right, for V2 of the fee, you will get 0.22%, and then 0.06 will go to the buy and burn. All right, but in Uniswap, it's just a straight default 0.30% goes to the liquidity provider. That's it. There's nothing to do with the coin. The Uniswap coin has no buy and burn, no fees, no staking, no nothing. All it does is votes. It's a useless governance token. And guess what? The VCs and the insiders who were able to fund this years ago, they have all the coins. So you can't do anything anyway when they want to change their mind. All right. So they're going to change it. You know why? In the code, there is an Easter egg. So somebody years ago checked the code for Uniswap. There is a secret line of code in there which basically says protocol fee switch. And what it does is when enabled, it will change the 0.30% fee for Uniswap liquidity providing, because it's all decentralized. There are no admin keys. Once this code is activated, then you can change that to 0.25%, and 0.05% will go to another wallet somewhere. So that is the fee collection. So people were always speculating. That's why one of my theories, my prophecies many years ago was like, yes, they're going to put this on. It's going to be huge. I want to let you know, if Uniswap, if they weren't such scum and they actually activated this when they should have, the Uni token would be 30 to 50 times higher price than it is today. And I'm not even making this up. You might think, no, that's moon boy maths. No. It's actually true, because Uniswap is making $1 billion of volume a day. If you do that times 0.05% divided by 100, they have $500,000 of protocol fee being generated potentially, but they never activated it. Scum. You know why? It's because they already made their billions of dollars. That's why. This is why, friends, you have to go with the community grassroots. Like, this is why I like PulseX, because I'm like, finally, a coin I can participate in and not get scammed. Because why would they activate the protocol fee switch? And by the way, let's do for Uniswap. Look how much it would have made in the past year. They would have made $182 million. $182 million for the community. You would have earned it in staking. It could have been buy and burn. It could have pumped the hell out of the price. Can you imagine what that could have done to Uni? Uni should be a top 5 coin. It should be right under Ethereum. I'm not even joking, right? If you want to check the CoinGecko ranking, I'll tell you, Uni should literally be right under Ethereum. I'm not even joking. It should be like right under it. This insane amount of volume based on liquidity is huge. Like Uni's volume, think about this. You want to talk about a buy and burn? I want to show you this. Liquidity for Uniswap is like $10 million can start smashing the hell up. Smashing it, okay? It's these coins, friends, they don't really care about me and you, right? So I'm going to show you right now, hopefully live coin watch. I'm going to show you. So remember the website, livecoinwatch.com. If you go there, it just has by default, it has the liquidity section. So you can see, so I have here the liquidity. See this liquidity plus or minus 2%. For Uniswap, it's 34 million. So remember, that's the bids and the offers. So the ask itself, that's how much is for sale, because you want to buy into that. It's $16 million. So yes, effectively, if you want to start smashing up Uniswap, that's right. 16 million, 16 million, 16 million. They just start pumping up the price, right? And remember, Bitcoin is like 800 million. Or 400 million. It's huge number different, right? All right. So these numbers are really important to understand. So you could actually see all the wasted potential, all that money wasted in Uniswap. But it's because they got rich already. The founders, they already made their money, man. They don't care. There was rumors of the Uniswap founder cashing out $500 million to $1 billion in the last bull market. OTC deals, right? They all made their money, friends. They all own the tokens. They don't want to go into any legal gray area. They don't care about me and you. And the worst part is, you see all this potential, it makes you want to vomit. It makes me so sad. You know why? Because they don't really care about crypto, really. Right? What do they really care about? I don't know. Money, power, something else. It ain't crypto. Because crypto is meant to be grassroots and for the people. You are meant to finally fix what they couldn't do in the stock market. And the stock market is for boomers and poopy heads and dingleberries. Because in the stock market, by the time things get listed, it's too late. You are buying all the stock market, just like Coinbase IPO, right? You are buying the 100x, at best case, 100x bag of the original founders. That's the sad part. You know, in Coinbase, you were buying the 1000x bag of them. Yes, 1000x or maybe 10,000x. I'm not even joking. Yes, that's literally how low the initial valuation was. So everybody who got in made a 1000x plus in Coinbase. That's why they just all dump on the open. And obviously Coinbase just got destroyed. Coinbase's stock is down 90+%. Okay, so Uniswap is meant to fix that, but didn't? Nope. They got insiders. You know, Uniswap they have people from the IMF working in Uniswap labs. They have people who worked for Barack Obama Treasury team, probably ex-hitman. They got absolutely every single political affiliation, weird, like super deep connected, legal, finance, banking. They got people from JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs insiders. They have literally everybody from every banking and finance cartel in the world. The most powerful people and connections are in Uniswap New York labs now. So that's why I knew Uniswap, it's going to be okay. But look, they're scum. They're scum. They're scum, okay? So just remember who they really work for. They don't work for me and you, all right? I like PulseX. You know why? Because the protocol works for me and you when we go to sleep. Isn't it nice to know that, yes, you know, PulseX, you know, look at our volume, right? 146 million. It is nice to know that. What you can do is, friends, you can do 0.06 divided by 100. That is going to be the rate of the volume. So 0.0006 times 146 million. This is what I like, okay? I went to sleep last night, as I do once a week, and I woke up, and this protocol bought $87,600 for me and you, holding PulseX. In the middle of that's it. In the past 24 hours, you were out there, you were eating bananas, you're sitting with your straight back, you're playing with your phone, right? You're doing handstands in the lounge room, you were messaging your friends, and guess what? This protocol was working for me and you in the background, right? It bought $87,600 worth of our coin, and then it burnt it away. Productive work, okay? And look at this. You do this for a week, you go on a holiday, guess what? $613,000 came and bought our token off the market. Every day you go to sleep. This is the power of compound interest and the power of community grassroots. That's why we make these things better. All right, we do. So Uniswap can suck it. All right, they can suck it, because I had big weights in Uniswap, and guess what? I got dumped on. Screw you guys. All right, you want to do this BS, Uniswap governance voting, whatever, right? So, but I'm going to let you know, okay, they're going to come. Don't think they're going to sit there and let Richard Hart just take all the money. So these guys are going to start amping up the talks because everybody's watching. Everybody's watching us, friends. What do you think we did? We make so much noise. Yes, we're behind fake DeFi Arbitrum, but guess what? All the prices are depressed. I am very shocked that our volume is up here. If you go back and check my earlier videos, I was like, friends, like Pancake Swap's doing this volume. I don't know if we can do it straight away. We are here straight away. Just imagine what it's going to be like in a year. Insane, okay? Insane. Now, Ethereum is doing like 1 billion per day. See? Ethereum, I click on the Ethereum tab. Ethereum doing 1 billion per day. Look, man, we're so close. BSC was doing fake volume, so you can't even trust this. You can't even really trust this number. Arbitrum, so BSC was 400 million. They reported Arbitrum 225 million. PulseChain 146 million. I'm telling you now, we're doing good. We're doing really good. We got a big fat chance, friends. We got a big fat chance. Okay, so Uniswap V2. You can now re-add any of the coins, maybe eHEX, pHEX if you want, but just remember, at the end of the day, we're still waiting for everything to play out. We're still waiting for that eHEX, pHEX ratio to come, right? So you can actually look at it here. I'm going to click on eHEX to HEX itself, all right? And I'm going to switch to the price so we can quickly see the ratio. This is the eHEX, pHEX, and it's about 0.80. So just put it on a daily. You get to see, right? You get to see. So what we're looking for, I get asked this a lot, what we're looking for obviously is parity. Now, I don't think it's going to stay at parity, but I think when we get to parity, okay, because obviously I've been using my pHEX to buy eHEX down here. Not all of it, but I'm been doing it in parts, okay? So if we get up here, think about, this is another way to think about it, okay? What you can do is from the price you get in, if you bought any Hexy, let's say you bought using your Ink rewards or new money or whatever, why I like buying eHEX and why I have been buying eHEX is, look at this, when it goes to parity, I've earned an extra 25%. 25%. Do you know how amazing that is? The short-term staking yield is only 9%. So basically, I get to earn 3 years of yield extra. Another way to look at it, people who are selling down here, they are giving away 3 years of yield. Yes, it's true. You do the maths, they're giving away 3 years of yield and they don't know it. But good, screw them. They're not baby doll baby cakes. They don't like, subscribe, bell button, or as you do. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's what they're giving away. Another way to look at it is, so if you have that extra money, you earn an extra 25%, you're making an extra 3 years of yield just by taking on this risk. Okay, and if it goes lower, that's fine. Just keep buying more, all right? So that's a fantastic way to approach this. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm long. And when it gets to parity, we'll readjust, you know? We'll readjust. It will be funny, as I said, like, don't be shocked, right? If it actually comes back to parity one day, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 months, who knows, and it actually just goes, whoop, hello. What are you doing up here, right? This is eHEX being stronger than pHEX. This will make everybody go nuts. They'll be like, wow, it really is a store of value. I just think that's how the story kind of ends. I just think eHEX just goes up and everyone's like, oh, wow, why did I ever doubt this? I just feel like in my pointy elbows that something like that's going to happen, okay? Okay, baby dolls. So there you go. There has been the V2 update. Start to migrate, but I'm not migrating until these happen, okay? I want to see the actual farms, okay? There's nothing in the farm section yet, right? So there's no need to move from V1. I'm going to click on V1 now, and you can see the V1 farms, and they've just loaded the page. So these are still earning precious ink. So you don't want to move over yet until you get the go for that. Okay, baby dolls, catch you in the next one.